Hi everybody, I'm Zilla Blitz and welcome to the final episode in our campaign with SGS Battle for Stalingrad. Fired up the game, loaded up this turn. We've got 3 game turns left, so 6 days, roughly a week. And this is the announcement we get. Uranus has been launched, and this is the major Soviet counteroffensive. Now, down the bottom, this paragraph actually might answer the question we've been wondering about the whole game, which is, do we have to take the whole city of Stalingrad to win? It says here, in game terms, German victory condition is canceled. Control of the whole city is now meaningless, but the game can still be won by the best victory point count. So maybe there were 2 victory conditions for us. One was if we could take the whole city before the end of the game. The second would be, can we have a higher victory point total? But what I'm wondering is, does that mean we're going to get massive Soviet attacks on our flanks in the city here? I do not know. We will find out. But if we look here at our control, we've got the Soviets down to these last 3 sectors here. And oh, wow, look at that. Wait a second. Victory points have completely changed. It's 35 to 20 now. Okay, so they got 20 points. I don't know how they got 20 points. It was 35 to 0 when we last left. Apparently 20 points is the counteroffensive? I don't know. So we have to hold on to... God, this is interesting. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. So we'll search things out here, check things out. I think our plan is, when we last left off, the Zherzhinsky Tractor Works had largely been abandoned. I'm going to kind of send a patrol in there to see what's in there. This one up here to the north of it is packed with Russian troops. And then down here to the south, Barkardi Ordnance Factory is loaded with Russian troops as well. In an ideal world, we'll take Zherzhinsky Tractor Works and hold it, and then take Barkardi Ordnance Factory and hold it. That might be a tall order given the decrepit state of our German forces now. Let's start, take a look here and see what's in this. I'm going to see what's up here. Sorry, click over there. And patrols. What? You can examine one enemy stack. Yeah, right here. I want to see what's here. Oh, that's dumb. That's the anti-aircraft. Okay, the air defense. So we know there's air defense. I should have clicked on the other one, but I don't think there's much there. We'll just go with it. Armor efficiency, we get some cards. We'll sort this out, then we'll talk about our updates here. All right, so to start out this last week, I'm going to try to divert a few troops down here to the oil refinery, which the defenders got blown apart there. So we need to get some reinforcements down there. Then we're going to attack here from Spartakovka into Zherzhinsky Tractor Works to see if we can cut off this force to the slightly to the northwest. We're going to try to bomb everything else, and then try to just move some forces around for one more last thrust at the Barkardi Ordnance Factory. So we will get going, and we get those ordered up here. We'll bring up those attacks. Alrighty, we've moved our troops from the northeast here down into Zherzhinsky Tractor Works, launching an assault from this direction to try to capture this again. Just rearranged some forces that were behind here, up into the kind of the rural areas, and brought them down into the oil refinery. And that's really it. I'm kind of curious to see as well what the Russians do as part of this Uranus offensive, to see if it's going to be something that really starts attacking us. But the victory is up in the air now with only 15 victory points needed to be swayed for the Russians to get the victory here. Let's see how this goes now with our attacks here. I will do the bombardments first and then come in and we'll look at the attacks on the Zherzhinsky Tractor Works there. All right, here we go. Don't think there's much here. Yeah, there really isn't. There's the anti-aircraft. There's only 1 platoon they left behind, and it's slightly depleted here. We probably going to blow it away. This is a little bit of an overkill. Yeah, there's nothing left. Oh, they got our infantry a little bit there, but we've taken it. Excellent. Good. Okay. So now can we hold it? That's the question there too. We're going to put up our air defense. Let's see what the Soviets do. That should have given us a victory point, I thought. Maybe only the factory itself, the strong point. I thought this area was a victory point as well, but it hasn't registered up there. So we'll see what happens here. I'll put up our air defense, and then we'll find out what the Soviets are going to do. Air defense is in place. We're getting hit by winter. Thanks to people, by the way, who put comments in. I was wondering why the Russians, I wondered if they had issues with the winter weather too. But people reminded me that the Germans didn't have winter clothing when they were in Stalingrad, but the Russians apparently had much better clothing. That too, our aircraft got hit hard as well, because I think that was that Soviet air, the VVS, the Soviet Air Force has a much stronger presence now. So we took some pretty severe air casualties here. Now let's get our replacements. I'll put these in, and then we'll put kind of the most appropriate places. Then we'll go on to the Russians' turn here. Ooh, wow. Pioneer reduced by 5 by fever. It's devastating. Okay. I don't have any confidence we're going to be able to hold on here for these next 2 turns here. Let's see what the Soviets do. Oops, sorry, I hit that. Okay, that's just their results. Now let's see what the Soviets do. Oh, Stuka, Soviet air sorties. So they're bombing our aircraft now with the air thing. Minimum of 5 victory points. Immobilization penalty of Soviet units is removed. You can examine one any stack. How do they get 30 victory points now? What, are they just giving them victory points? How did that happen? I don't get it. They were 20 and now they got 10 more, and they played a card here that supposedly cost them 5. But okay. Card draw's over. Let's see what happens here. Reinforcements coming in. Putting mines up there. Okay. Oh, they're breaking out a little bit here. Trying to attack this rubble with some forces. Oh, they took it. Darn it. Okay. Oh, now they're coming back into... Oh, where is this? Battle for the Technical School. They're sending everybody. We're going to retreat if we can. Oof. Okay. Have to fight once. This, I don't know where this is, actually. But this is where they're coming to. Okay. We're going to retreat, though. Getting out of here. We have no chance. We had 70% chance of winning. Now they're attacking up here with anti-aircraft. Hopefully they don't get this area too. Nice. Hold. 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 Axis out is routed. Victory Axis. Okay, good. And they're bombing our Zerzinski tractor factory. Okay, that's fine. Victory Axis. Okay, so they took 2 areas. I don't get why they got 10 victory points, though. That seems a little bit... I don't know why that came from. Soviets, end of turn 30 results. Oh, wait. This is the end? Soviets, victory point goal reached. End of turn 30 results. Not quite sure. Show scores. Victory Soviets, 30 victory points. A marginal victory. Okay. So apparently we lost. The Soviets got a marginal victory. We took a big part of the city. Let's see what it looks like here. So apparently what happens is that even though you technically don't have to take the whole city, you do have to kind of take the whole city. Interesting. Well, I'm not so sure about the ending there. That was a little, that kind of came out of nowhere, I thought. But had I known that was going to happen, I probably would have attacked a little bit differently in those last few turns. But I don't think we could have taken those last areas. I think we were too up against it. So we had to have gone faster in the earlier stages of the game. So all in all, a loss for us because the Soviets somehow got to 30 victory points at the end. Okay. Thoughts on the game? I have a few thoughts that I want to share. Compared to the other SGS series, one of the things that's different in this game is the limited number of activations per turn. And I really like this game. This was really fun. I think it really captures the feel of what it would be like, the devastation, the destruction of leading a German army into Stalingrad. I mean, you're just bleeding out troops as this campaign goes on, and the fever and everything, typhus, and then the winter was killing our troops and things like that. And it's just, you know, ravaging our forces. And so it really captures, I think, the feel of the Stalingrad battle. The difference between this Battle For system and the traditional SGS system is that you're limited in the number of stacks or areas that you can activate per turn. And while I like the idea behind that, I feel like the execution makes it a little bit odd, because if you look up here in the kind of the countryside, we have some German individual scattered units up here that just never made sense for us to move because we had 2 or 3 activations per turn. So we literally just left these troops like camping in the middle of the Russian countryside. And then activating a small number of stacks per turns means that you really want to have mega stacks of units, because it doesn't matter how big the stack is, it matters where it is. So literally you want to get like 20 units in one spot so you can use one activation to get them all to attack. And the Russians here at the end were doing similarly in terms of they were kind of having big, massive stacks attack and things like that. So I think from that perspective, it tends to, I think, it doesn't quite feel so realistic in that you just wouldn't leave troops out here without any orders and say, well, you can't move for 2 months, right? So it's like, would they just hang? They would move, right? So up like that. So I feel like I like the activation system better in the standard SGS systems. However, having said that, this was really, really fun. I really, really enjoyed this. Some of the SGS games, I feel like it's some of the user interface and messaging is not the most 100% clear. So there were elements in here, like did we need to capture the whole city and things like that I wasn't really sure of at the end because this was the first time playing it. But I had a ton of fun. The ending there, again, it would have been nice to have, I think, clarity around you kind of really need to take the whole city because they just kind of got victory points at the end and beat us. So there was that a little bit too. But I think with that objective in mind that we needed to take the whole city, we did lose, right? So that we did pretty well. We almost got the whole city, but a marginal victory to the Russians seems to make sense given that we wouldn't have achieved our kind of overall objectives of capturing the whole city. But this was a fun game and a fun battle to play out. I hope people enjoyed it. It took me so long. Sorry it took me so long. I will be hoping to explore another SGS game coming up in the future. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts. Have you played it? Have you been able to win? How has it gone and things like that? I think that makes us 2-1 now, right? We beat Tinian and beat Okinawa, but marginal loss here, so our victory going to the Soviets because we couldn't get those last areas of the city. But I really enjoyed this one. This was fun. I want to play it again to see if I can win now too. Tough game. I mean, it's really hard. I think had I gotten better at moving the stacks and keeping stacks together, I think perhaps it could have been a different outcome. But yeah, and you have to really go fast in the beginning, I think, because the Soviets just get stronger and stronger and stronger as the campaign gets to the end there. And it was just impossible for us to take those last few areas, given how weakened we were and the fact that the Soviets were getting stronger by the day. Thanks so much for watching. I'll put a link to something new as it comes up. If you do want to check out our series in this game with Okinawa, I'll actually put a link up to that. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day.